Then press M to bring up the material editor. This is a very important part of making your map because you don't want to have just a closed off box. You want to see the sky. There's so much depth you can go into in this. For now, let's just focus on what we need for our map. Go ahead and click Show Shaded Material in Viewport. This is more important once you start using actual textures. Click on this thing that says Standard. And you'll have all these fancy materials. Go ahead and find multi/sub object. Discard old material, that's fine. And set the number of materials you want. I'm just making a nice little box, so there's just going to be the ground and the sky. That's 2 materials. I'm going to name this Skybox after my box here. I'm going to name this material Sky and this one Ground. Then under submaterial here, I'm going to click None, and it's going to bring up that same material/map browser. This time, let's just click Standard. This part's very important. You see this material number 36. Type in plus sky. This tells the game that whatever you assign this material to is going to be invisible. It's going to render the sky. So, you know those invisible walls in video games? Basically, these big old walls we have here, we're going to turn all of those into invisible walls. Go ahead and go down to this diffuse thing, this gray box, click on that. I usually give it a nice bright blue color so it reminds me it's the sky. Go ahead and click Show Shaded Material in Viewport again. I don't think it's as important for the sky, but I always remember to do this because otherwise you can't see your textures, you wonder what's going on. So let's go to Ground, again click on None, again click on Standard. We're not going to put textures on our maps this first tutorial, so this really doesn't matter, this diffuse color here, but I always pick something that reminds me of what it's supposed to be, so let's click green for a nice bright ground, and then click on our material here and drag it onto our skybox. And you'll see there's all these colors here now that's assigned. Let's close our material editor, click on Modify, click on this red square here, this polygon, and go in here. I'm going to click on the walls I want to be invisible, press and hold Control, click another wall, and that'll allow me to select multiple walls. So I'm going to select every part that I want the sky to see. You see I'm leaving the bottom alone because that's supposed to be the ground. Go over to Surface Properties, Material, go to Set ID, and press 1. And you'll see they all changed blue now. And just to make sure, I click the ground does indeed have Material ID 2. And what these correspond to are 1 and 2 here. Not too difficult. So now we're done. Can you believe it? This is our map. It's very, very simple, and we'll be able to play around with it. So in my last video, I said to make sure to have all those tools installed. One of them that I kind of glanced over was the JMS exporter. You can download this from halomaps.org. It's around the web. And once you run it, I just copied it into my scripts directory of 3D Studio Max, so I can run it easily. Once you run it, it'll look like this: Blue Streak Halo Model Exporter. Go ahead and make sure these two are checked, save to JMS file, and click Export JMS Data. If all goes well, you'll see this. Sometimes it says no actors to export. That just means remember that you link this box to the frame, and this needs to be named frame. So go to your Halo Custom Edition, Data, levels, and we're going to create a new folder. This just makes things so much easier for when you're making your map. We're going to call this new folder box. And inside box, we need to make a folder named models. This one's not optional because tool, which builds your map, looks for a folder named models. So just remember level name, we call this level box, models folder, not optional. This, you can name it whatever you want. Again, we're going to call it just box to make things simple, and save. Again, all goes well, it should just blink. So now let's navigate over to our Halo directory, Halo Custom Edition, and go to Data, Levels. Here we go. Sorry, my bad. Go to Data, Levels, Box, Models, and here we go. Here's box.jms. Just wanted to verify that it's there.